Good morning and welcome to another episode of Drew's Book Reviews. Today we are reviewing Tempest from the Legacy of the Force Star Wars series by Troy Denning. This is from the Legends Legacy of the Force Star Wars. This is the third book into the whole series, chronicling Jacen Solo's descent to the dark side of the Force and the family divisions that are resulting from that. So it kind of continues on with the general themes of we've got Jacen against his mom and dad, Han and Leia Solo, and the division created there, and Ben Skywalker against his parents, being Luke and Mara Skywalker. So this kind of continues with that whole general idea of how this instability in the Galactic Alliance and the family divisions torn with different family members being on different sides of the dispute and the pending war that is breaking out amongst the whole family. So this picks up on there, and overall I have to say that I'm really enjoying the whole series. I mean, I wouldn't say that this was the best one in the series so far, but it is really interesting and really kind of fun to kind of see how everything is progressing and everything transitions into the Jacen Solo that we've come to know in the Star Wars universe. And yeah, I mean, it's a good read in general. We've got Han and Leia who are, being chased through the galaxy now, essentially on warrants based on the idea that they could be traitors to the Galactic Alliance and terrorists. And we've got Ben, who's being manipulated by Jacen, essentially, and Luke trying to bring him back from what he fears will be going over to the dark side of the Force. It's really overall an enjoyable read. I'm really enjoying the whole series, and it's just generally fun. Now, I wouldn't say that this book is perfect by any means. If you don't want spoilers, this might not be the right time to continue to listen. But there's one part of this whole story that I just thought didn't really make sense to me. So it's when Han and Leia are under attack, essentially, by Galactic Alliance Star Destroyer, and Ben's on board with them. And in the middle of this attack, when they're trying to hold the ship together and just trying to survive, Ben decides this is the time to try and execute an arrest warrant on Han and Leia right in the middle of this battle. And I was thinking, really? This just makes no sense. Like, it's almost like it was thrown in there for Ben to try and establish himself as an authority figure in this situation, which he clearly was not. And it just, even for the character of Ben Solo, I didn't think it fit that well into the greater context of how that character might be dealing with that particular situation. So it just didn't quite work for me. I thought the timing was bad. I didn't think that there was any positive to that coming up at that point, and it just didn't seem to fit in that moment properly the way perhaps it should have. Overall, into the greater context of the story. I mean, he was already on board with them. He was there before this whole attack started. If he was going to execute this arrest warrant against Han and Leia, then why wouldn't he have done it before the battle started? Why wait until they were under attack fighting for their very lives? It just didn't make sense. I mean, his life was just as much at risk as everyone else's on that ship, on the Falcon. So why would he do that then? I didn't like that. I thought it was really, really poorly done. Overall, the end of the book ended well. I thought it had a great, high-paced action sequence at the end. And definitely, I think I enjoyed it overall. But I just felt that I couldn't give it a top rating. I wanted to give it 2.5 stars, honestly, because it was okay. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. But unfortunately, Goodreads doesn't have the option to do half a star, so I did give it a 3-star on Goodreads. I would say if you're a Star Wars fan, though, and you're really enjoying these books, and you like the Star Wars canon and the Star Wars universe, definitely pick up these books. Star Wars books, for the most part, they're not bad. They're pretty decent. Certainly wouldn't say that they're the best I've ever read, but overall pretty decent. I'm really enjoying them. So those are just some of my thoughts on Tempest. From the Legends, Legacy of the Force Star Wars canon. And of course, got a bunch more Star Wars books on my to-be-read shelf this year. So definitely stay tuned to check all that out. And again, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And until next time, keep on reading, and we'll see you next time on Drew's Book Reviews. Bye!